guys, welcome back to the beauty statement. Today I have my friend Amna.
Hi.
So today we are on our second episode of I Do Your Makeup. So if you want to see what I do with her, please continue watching. Okay, so first I'm going to be using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. So I used about 2 to 3 pumps of product on her face and just placed it in an even layer. Okay, and I am going to conceal and correct her skin. And first I'm going to be using the Mercer concealer. The reason that's why I like to use concealer to even the skin tone is because I feel that it gives it an even color on the skin instead of using color correctors. And by using color correctors, you also have to set it with setting powder. So by this, you're using less products on your face and it prevents cakiness. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear. So Amna had asked me how much foundation is the right amount to put on your face. But this sort of depends on the type of coverage that you're using for the foundation and what type of look you're going for. But I personally like to put about half a teaspoon of foundation on my face because the more you layer the foundation, the more cakey it gets. And by you using less products on your face, you're preventing that cakiness. Okay, so now we're done with the base. I'm going to be using concealer from Lauder Mercer in these 2 shades for her under eyes. I like to use a light concealer shade to brighten the under eyes, but this is optional. So for setting powder, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty for her under eyes. The use of setting powder is also optional. I personally like to use it to help brighten a little bit more the under eyes and to set the under eyes to prevent any creases. Okay, so for eyebrows, I'm going to be using the Anastasi Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. I also have the struggle of having very thin eyebrows. So by me brushing them upwards and filling them in lightly helps me create that more fuller and more thicker look for the eyebrows. Okay, so for brows, I'm going to be using the Brow Blade by Urban Decay. So as you guys can tell, I'm just filling in her eyebrows. I am not layering the product in there. And as I go, I try to brush everything in to create a more natural look.
Oh my god, this is so beautiful. I did that. Oh my god, that looks so good.
And for highlighter for her brow bone, I'm going to be using the Benefit Cosmetics in the color Cookies. So I like to put a highlighter first under the brow bone because when I do your eyeshadows, it blends better. I'm not sure if you have seen videos of people doing their eyes and then they put the highlighter afterwards. It doesn't look blended at all. You only see like one line like this. So for me to avoid that look, I put the highlighter first, then the eyeshadow, and then everything looks blended together. So for primer, I'm going to be using the P. Louise primer in the shade Rumor 2. So I'm placing the product on the back of my hand, and with the brush, I'm going to start putting it all the way on her lid. And I'm just putting a thin layer on her eyelid. Remember that primer is only used to prevent any creases from the eyeshadows. So you really don't want to overdo it with the primer because if you put too much product, instead of helping you not crease, it's going to crease. We're going to be using the Norvina palette. And I'm going to be using A4. This is going to be our transition shade. So next we're going to be using this color right here. And since we're doing a spotlight eye look, I'm going to be placing that shade in the inner corner and the outer corner of the eye.
Whoa, looks good.
I'm going to be using the palette from Voss, and I'm going to be using this neon yellow color. And I will be packing that shade on the center of her eye until I get the color that I'm looking for. I'm going to be using the Makeup by Mario eyeliner. So I'm going to be using the Huda Benefit Cosmetics, and I'm going to be using this shade. I will be placing the contour under her cheekbone, so I am going to start outlining it, and afterwards I'm just going to build it in. And you want to do it the same motion. You go like this, and you sweep to the back. Because if you sweep to the front, you're going to bring all the product in here. You don't want that. And right here on the front, So you're gonna see it. You go like this, and you see where the shadow goes?
Yeah.
That's where you want to put your contour, right here, right here.
Oh, I see, yeah. Oh my God, these little techniques are amazing.
And the reason that's why, because you have big eyes, you want to take advantage of that. So you want to put the eyeshadow here so that when people look at you, you're going to see your eyes. That's the first thing people are going to see. It's not because of what you're wearing, but it's because how the shadow is going to show it, that is going to make your eyes look a little bit bigger.
Cool.
And you really don't need that much product.
That's the thing, that's the thing, I want to see the product. Like, literally, I want to see it, like, right there. I want it to be obvious in my eye.
And look, for example, right here, your forehead. You have a beautiful forehead.
Thank you.
But you want to make your face look a little bit smaller. So you put your contour right here.
Yeah.
Just a little bit below the line. You don't want to brush it downwards. You want to brush it upwards. So you take just a little bit of product and then you apply it.
I need this, like, I'm taking this whole setup with me. I like how my face looks. I like this, like, thing over here. It's happening.
Okay, now your jawline. So what I do first is that I go with the brush and I outline it. It's gonna be a harsh line, and that's fine. Because you're gonna go with your brush, you're gonna blend it downwards.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Not upwards, downwards. And that's gonna hide if you have any double chin, and if you don't, it's just gonna emphasize whatever jawline you have.
That looks so good. That looks so good. I have a full-blown jaw. Like, that looks so good.
Now right here, you see this little part?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to kind of put a little bit in there too. You don't want too much. You just want to hide it a little bit. You want to make sure that everything that you put in there, you blend it a little bit down to your neck. Because at the end of the day, when you look straight into the mirror, you're going to see a shadow. And if you don't see it well blended, then it's going to be obvious.
Yeah. Just in case.
Now, what I like to do is that when I do nose contour, I like to keep it as natural as possible. So I dip in the powder and I make sure that my brush is like with product but not dripping in product. So you look at your straight side. This is your straight side. You want to follow the line right here. So you go in with the brush right here, go downwards. Since your little dent comes here, what you want to do is stop the contour right here. Okay? And then when you do it, so you just do the little tip. And I like to put a little bit of here to make your nose look a little bit lifted. Now I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to put contour on the other half of the nose. Because if I put contour, it's not going to hide it. It's just going to emphasize what you want to hide. So I'm going to grab a clean brush, a fluffy brush, and then I'm just going to blend it. Now the last thing I want to do is that I want to put baking powder. So I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty. And the way I placed the baking powder, I placed it right over that contour. And for highlight, I'm going to be using Cookie. So I grab my little brush, and I'm going to put it right here in the brush, and stop where the dent starts. And with my finger, I'm just going to blend it a little bit, and then I'm going to put a little streak.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh my god, I love it.
I'm gonna be using Ace Beauty as blush. And I will be using, I know you're terrified of this color, but I'm gonna use it. Just so that you know how it works. So this is what you do. You dip it in the color. You dab it in your hand just to make sure that you're not overworking it. You put it from here. And a little bit on your temple. Just lift up.
Oh. Okay.
Then I mentioned lashes. Okay, so for lashes, I use the Boldface makeup in True or Falsy. And for lipstick, we use Jeffree Star in the shade Mannequin. Okay guys, so this is the final look on our second episode of I Do Your Makeup series.
Hi.
So I hope you guys liked it. And if you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, you hit the subscribe button and the bell button to be reminded every single time I upload a video. And please leave a comment on the section down below if you want to let me know what else you want to see from this makeup channel. Take care guys. Oh my god, you're taller than me.
Sorry, I'm so much taller. I'm gonna scoot a little down.
Nah, you're fine. Cause
people stare at you all the time, right?
Yeah.
I myself stare at you. I try to like, shh. We stop looking at her. And you look at me like, oh my god, look away. Look elsewhere.